The new SS tier skin is here, and the new weather-themed survivors abilities have been revealed. Let's begin. Welcome back to another episode, guys. Let's get into talking about what we're getting this week. And the first thing that we're getting this week, the most important for many, is the new Penrose Maze update that's bringing along Seer's SS tier skin called Prophet of Yore. This skin will be replacing BQ's content from the previous year, so make sure that you get that one if you haven't already. This skin has a really cool alternate form that seems to trigger whenever you use the owl, but maybe only lasts for a certain duration after you use your owls. In my opinion, the alternate form looks really cool. I love the kind of color theme they're going with, the purple and the blue and the red there. It looks really nice. I think the owl looks much better as well. Along with the SS tier skin, of course, there's going to be some more content in the Penrose Maze that they're replacing all of the BQ stuff with as well, including the pet called Prowl, the S tier accessory called Forbidden Prophecy, the furniture piece called Meditation that seems to be a table or with water in it or something. I don't really know. The emote Touch, dishes, portrait, a portrait frame. Another thing that we're getting this week is we're getting the Scribbled Ideas launch. So yes, the new game mode is finally here, and this is probably one of the most impactful game modes that we've ever had. Why? Because this leads us to having infinite amounts of game modes now because the community can make them. In this game mode, you'll be able to create maps and complete event tasks to receive special rewards, including an event graffiti called Little Girl's Scribbled Ideas and another graffiti for journalists called Surge of Ingenuity. I did talk a little bit about what this event included last week, but I'll quickly go over it again. There are going to be 3 different map templates called Creation Template, Classic Template, and also Blank Template. Each one has a certain amount of things that you'll be able to adjust, ranging from the Blank Template, where the whole map is empty and you'll be able to add items, move them around, do anything that you want, all the way up to the Classic Template, where it's barely anything that you can adjust, is just the map how it already is, and you'll just be able to adjust certain gameplay rules. Anything you want, you can do, as far as I can tell. Yet another thing that we're getting this week is we're getting the Fires of Renewal event that is essentially just the Lunar New Year event, part 1. This event will bring event rewards, although I'm not completely sure what you'll have to do in the event. We do know what the rewards are, including Doctor's B tier skin called Faithful Pharmacist, the accessory Serpent of Wealth that I think is just in general for survivors, an 8-tier unlock card that is permanent, an event portrait and portrait frame themed around Doctor's S tier skin for the event, emotes, and a dish called Maltose Candy. There are also some stickers themed around Painter and Doctor, and 3 graffitis themed around the S tier skins of the event. I believe there's also a public map during this event, but I'm not sure when that public map will be open because they've also told us what the rewards are coming out on February 16th, so that would be this patch, but they can only be obtained by going into the public map, so that would lead to us believing that the public map is also releasing this week, and the rewards are possibly just 1 or 2 furniture pieces. It wasn't really clear, including a furniture piece called Tri-Glazed Painting, that's a wall hanging, and then tri-glazed craftwork that could just be multiple variations of the existing tri-glazed painting where you'll be able to customize the color of the painting thing, but not sure. It could just be another piece. It has a question mark over it. There's also the Lantern Festival event rewards that I'm assuming comes on January 16th as well, including an emote that seems to be a character holding a lantern and also an event portrait. In the store, you'll be able to purchase 3 different emotes that I've got displayed on the screen right here. And in the Spyglass store, you'll be able to get the B tier Naiad skin Diligent Maiden and the B tier skin for Cowboy called Placid Potter, along with 3 other dishes themed around the event. And all characters are free to use, so you'll be able to play any character that you want in Quick Match. Even more content is releasing this week, and this is one that I'm less excited about, and that is the BDuck crossover that is returning once again. Is this the 4th, the 5th, the 6th time? I don't really know how many times it's returned. The usual stuff is returning, nothing new. If you participate in the event, you'll be able to receive portraits themed around the BDuck characters that exist, the portrait frame Hip Buffy, multiple graffiti for popular BDuck characters, a B tier accessory called Bees, and Buzz Doll, and other things like that. If you share the event, you'll be able to receive the Survivor B tier pet Tiny BDuck, and the store will have the usual content. I'm pretty sure you believe that was all that we're getting this week. No, we still got some more things to talk about, because in the store, you'll be able to purchase the new Once skin for Hellember that looks really cute. It's an 8-tier, and it's called Not For Sale. That could be a little confusing for some players if they read that name, but anyway, I'll see how that works. The skin is really cute. It's Hellember as if he had never turned into Hellember himself, and I like his weapon. It's like a stick with string wrapped around it. I really think it's a very curious looking weapon, and I did talk about how I was wondering what they would change it to, considering he's holding a shark usually. And there's also going to be a Thief Ivory Tower skin that is of course a B tier skin, available I'm assuming for 60 echoes, and it's called Sixpence. And the final thing that we're getting this week, as far as I can tell, is we're getting the Memory Sphere reset. And because of this Memory Sphere reset, we're getting a special reward of 10 Memory Spheres if you log into the game. Let's move on to talking about some future content. We have a decent amount of stuff to talk about what's coming from the future, so not necessarily this week. On January 23rd, we're getting the new survivor Meteorologist that many people are probably very excited about. We've just had her abilities revealed, and they're quite interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing this character. Her first external trait is incredibly long as to what it contains, so we're going to go through this as fast as possible, and it's called Meteorological Experiment. That was really difficult to say. This character is holding a storm glass that lets her summon rain, winds, and clouds, that each one has its own durability that will consume a certain meter of the bottle. If you tap the screen on the certain button, you'll be able to open a drawing menu that lets you draw either horizontal lines, vertical lines, or circular lines. Each type creates a different type of weather phenomenon. How the lines are drawn affect the size and the strength of the weather, and tapping again will release the effect. You can store up a bottle with a certain weather type and then release it whenever you want to. You don't have to draw it on the go. Drawing horizontal squiggles will let you create a wind or gale. Releasing this effect will create a blast of wind that pushes the hunter further away. The width of the lines that you make change the size, and the number of bends change the pushback duration, so how long it pushes it for. Drawing vertical lines, so like mini Zs, let you create clouds that let you fly over objects, and it's very, very cool. The height of the lines change the height of the flying, the width of the lines increases the speed that you move, and the number of bends affect the duration of the effect. If you draw circles, so little spirals or whatever you want to call it, you get to create rainfall in a specified area. Survivors that stand in this rainfall will get a composure meter that goes all the way up from 0 to 100%, and once they get to 100%, they will be healed half of their health. The number of the circles that you draw increases the speed that this composure number builds up, so the faster it heals essentially, and the size of the circle affects the rainfall's moving speed. Meteorologist has this passive effect where she gets composure faster than other survivors. I think it's almost double, or it is double, I don't remember. Her second external trait is called Reversible Reaction, and this lets her reset her bottle. If she has made something in her bottle and she doesn't use it, or she wants to, reset it to make it a little bit different because she just decided that she doesn't want to use the push, she wants to use the fly, well, she can reset the bottle without any issues, and it has a certain timer on it anyways. And there's also her final external trait called Environmental Awareness that means that she can see the aura of injured survivors near her, and if she's the last survivor alive, she can see the dungeon. I'm also surprised that this character's abilities weren't given to painters, as this feels like it would be better for painter considering it's all about drawing, but NetEase decided that was what they were going to do. Another thing connected to Meteorologist that they have announced was that they released the names of the skins for Season 35 Essence 3 that are also coming on January 23rd, I believe. The S tier skin for Meteorologist is called Wind Chaser, and she has a little moon beetle on her head and a very beautiful looking dress. The A tier Gardener skin is called Tulip Dream, that seems to have a similar vibe to the S tier skin for Meteorologist, but with some orange undertones. I think it looks quite nice. And the A tier Guard 26 skin is possibly my favorite, that's called Mr. Blue Glaze. It is a super unique looking skin. His weapon has like fluffy parts on it, and I'm really excited to see people play this one. There are also some B tiers that release with this essence, and they should be for Mechanic, Geisha, Prisoner, and Percy. I'm very excited to see a Percy B tier skin because he doesn't get them very often. Recently, NetEase gave us some more details about the upcoming Snake Off crossover, and we know that if you participate in the event and also in the Snake in the Manor minigame, whatever that is, you'll be able to get the Gardener's Snake Island Companion skin, that is a B tier skin, for free, and also the portrait called Snake Island. These skins in general are not really that exciting, but that's fine. If you share the event, you'll be able to get a special portrait called Snake Island Delight, and in the store you'll be able to purchase the remaining other two skins that are also B tiers for Forward and for Perfumer. That should be available for 60 echoes each. NetEase also gave us a ton of different images of what some of the upcoming skins look like in the game. So we got a look at what the skins look like for Doctor, Naiad, and Cowboy for the Chinese New Year event, and all of the matching accessories. They're all on the screen right now. Don't really want to go over them too much. And we also got a better look at Prospector and Ripper's best performance skins. We know that the S tier skin for Prospector is called Bird of Prey, and we've also got the S tier skin called Black Bones for Ripper that we've already seen what it looks like because they did make an adjustment to the coloring and stuff like that already. And we also got a confirmed release date for the improved Evil Reptilian Jormungandr skin, I think that was what it's called, that's coming to the Spyglass store, and it's releasing on February 20th. They had to delay it because they did a rework of what the skin looks like, and I think it was going to release a tiny bit earlier than that. They had to do a whole adjustment of his face and stuff like that. If you haven't already, then make sure you watch that video that's on the screen right there because YouTube thinks that you will like it.